Usain Bolt is without a doubt the fastest man alive, but why couldn't he make it as a football player? Speed is important in football, but soccer is a game of skill. If you can do it well, speed helps, but you can't just play fast. But he wasn't in shape to play soccer, and he didn't have time to learn the skills he would need to play at a professional level. Also, Usain Bolt was 32 or 33 at the time. For a soccer player, that age is getting on in years. Let's find out more in today's video. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the reasons Usain Bolt failed in football. Let's dive right into the video. At 32, when most footballers are beginning to wind down their careers after reaching their peak at around age 28, Usain Bolt is well past his prime. They would need to be signed professionally by 18 and breaking into the first team by 23 at the latest. They would have spent years in the club's academy, having first joined the organisation when they were 12 or younger, so he will be looked at as more of a novelty, someone who can draw spectators to a minor club for a maximum of 2 years. Raw speed is a given, but he'll need a lot more than that to succeed on the field, including endurance, the ability to finish off plays, the know-how to outmaneuver his defender, sound judgment, an eye for the big picture, and an awareness of his teammates' needs when crossing or throwing. He simply doesn't have long enough to master all that to a sufficient competence to play at any level near the top. For a couple of years, he'll probably have a good time playing for a minor league club, and the fans will appreciate his occasional cameos. When I was older, I played soccer for fun with other adults. Even though the younger teams were faster, the older teams consistently prevailed because their players were more experienced and knowledgeable. The only way you would be able to play with him would be to wait for those occasions where the opponent's defenders got drawn up high near the middle of the field, and then hit a ball up over the top and hope that he could outsprint everyone to the ball and get a shot off. That's too limiting a style of play for a team. I am not surprised the team did not want to take the possibility that he would progress in 1 to 2 years, because at that point his physical gifts would be eroding, he'd be losing his speed, and he'd have problems recovering between games. After competing in the 2017 World Athletics Championships, the 34-year-old decided to switch sports and begin training with clubs in South Africa, Norway, and Germany in preparation for a move to Australia's A-League. Former 100 meters and 200 meters world record holder Usain Bolt revealed last week on a Jamaican radio show that he missed his chance to make it as a professional player because he tried to dodge the media spotlight in Europe. When I chose to get into it, I thought I don't want to stay in Europe. Leaving for the furthest reaches of the globe was a conscious decision, but looking back, I see that I should have stayed in Europe, where the teams were stronger. Why Usain Bolt couldn't make it as a football player. Despite widespread mockery, Usain Bolt was dead serious about accepting a professional football contract when he announced his retirement from sprinting. The world's quickest man was unsuccessful, however. I don't understand why he wasn't able to use his superhuman speed to play at a high level. Even though Bolt was already 30 years old at the time, the news ignited heated debate among Manchester United fans about whether or not they should give him an opportunity. Unfortunately for United, they had already tried Bebe, a quick big guy with no touch. Since the Red Devils never made a contract offer, Bolt joined with Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa and also trained with Borussia Dortmund in a few publicity stunts. Nonetheless, in 2018, Bolt did make a brief appearance for Norwegian club Strømsgodset, playing 20 minutes in a friendly match against the Norwegian under-9 national team. He missed a header, and that was pretty much it. Nothing he did worked, and he never got a single point. Bolt also played in a charity match for the United Kingdom's Soccer Aid, where he scored a respectable offside goal, rattled the crossbar, and calmly buried the ensuing penalty kick. And people's hopes for a real fairy tale were revived. According to reports, Bolt was so confident in his abilities that he travelled all the way to Australia to play with Central Coast Mariners, where he scored a respectable goal, albeit in a practice match. A contract offer was made to him, but the two parties were unable to come to terms on the money issue. In 2019, Bolt again participated in soccer charity and scored an excellent goal. After that, though, he decided to retire from sports. The million-dollar question now is why Usain Bolt fell short. Bolt wouldn't be the first fast player to accomplish a decent job, despite not being the most talented player ever, given the success of many fast players in today's game. We see a large, strong, and explosive young man who can fend off opponents, and thanks to his long, swift strides, outrun everyone off the ball. To his credit, he worked his tail off and showed a lot of enthusiasm. Don't misunderstand me, I don't think Usain Bolt is a poor football player. He's actually quite competent. Since game intelligence and fitness are such major factors at the professional level, there is a clear divide between decent players and those who can make it. Bolt's obsession with football was perhaps foolish, but the story was nonetheless enjoyable. Now before we move ahead, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that we can keep bringing more informative and fun videos for you. Your little contribution means a lot to us. Great experience. Bolt added that, had he stayed in Europe, where he trained with Strømsgodset in Norway and Borussia Dortmund in Germany, he would likely have had coaches who understood and would teach me more, and I would get a lot more and get a lot more respect. If I knew, I would have stayed in Europe. The sprinter, who gave up his dream and retired from all sport in 2019, admitted that his decision to switch sports was taken based on his belief he was better than some professionals he saw when watching the matches of his favourite team, Manchester United of England. In spite of his track and field success, he was a lifelong Manchester United fan. I believed that if some players, and I'm not going to give names, you know them, if they can play football, I can probably do it too, he said in patois. He insisted, it was a terrific experience, totally appreciated it. Bolt's former football manager, Spain's Vicente del Bosque, told the Olympic Channel that the Jamaican should have tried out fullback instead of his usual position as an attacking winger. Bolt ultimately decided to abandon his football career. 2 months later, in January of 2019, Bolt made public his decision to abandon his goal of becoming a football player. He finally said, "It was fun while it lasted." I don't want to imply that it wasn't handled well, but I do believe we handled it poorly. That's life though. You only learn by doing. Being a part of a team was a great experience for me. I'm just dabbling in everything and trying to be a businessman today, he continued. I'm now moving into new industries. I have a lot of stuff in the pipeline. Conclusion. In other words, the world's fastest man may not have made it as a professional, but he can still put on a fine show at a charity celebrity match. You have to give the guy credit for leveraging his celebrity to pursue his passion. But are there any other footballers who are as multi-talented? So, what do you think prevented Usain Bolt from pursuing a career in football? Tell us in the comments section below. And if you liked this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you don't want to miss out on any new future videos, then make sure to click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you are notified the next time we upload a video on Goalside. Thanks for watching.